Well, hey folks, FatGuyFliesRC out here at the Avon Parkfield. We're going to take out the FMS 1400mm Pitts version 2, have some fun with her. Got a 5200 HCL SMC pack in there. Got a 6 channel
motor ready.
Spectrum safe receiver in there. Upgraded AS3X Plus. Up, down, right, left. High rate, 7.5 minutes. Here we go. Wind is out of the east. So we'll go down here to the west end of the runway. Now this plane here is famous for bad bouncing on landing if you don't bring her in right. This one you want to bring in at a perfect 3-point landing, actually almost like let the tail touch half a second before the mains touch, and that way it helps negate the bounce. So, of course, that's easier said than actually done. Hopefully our audio will hold out because I forgot to charge my microphones. All right, kind of windy, overcast day, but that's okay too. Take it up.
Time remaining 7 minutes.
No elevator needed to maintain inverter, or very little. Very aerobatic plane. Very windy today, but that AS3X is helping to compensate with the wind. Plane is a lot bigger than you think it is. Man, it's windy.
Time remaining 6 minutes.
And that's not how you land her. Let me try that again, see if I can't redeem myself. Cloudy, overcast day. And windy to boot. I guess we're not going to touch.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Oh, it's cloudy, or windy and cloudy. Windy and cloudy. Little, slightly better. Could be a knife edge machine if you let her. Remember, she doesn't have brake, or she doesn't have flap. Ah, that was lousy.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Want to get one good landing in. There we go. There we go. Notice how I let that tail touch right half a second before the mains. If you're having a hard time with that, then that's what you need to keep practicing. But I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong, and I highly suggest that you come out here with the plane that you're learning on or practicing on, and just burn a battery just doing touch and goes. Just coming through, tapping the wheels, learning that muscle memory, doing your approaches. Practice just takeoffs and land, take off and land, take off and land. That is, after all, that is by far the two most important skills
Time remaining 3 minutes.
That you need to get good at. There. Let the wheels touch just a little bit. But yeah, just bring a couple of batteries out and just spin at least one battery just doing touch and goes, just taking off and landing, taking off and landing. Especially if you haven't flown a plane in a while, like I haven't flown this Pitts in, I don't know, 6-7 months. So, and I've never flown it in this kind of wind before. There we go. All right, let's get one more takeoff and landing, then we'll go over it.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Try it one more time. She don't need much runway to take off.
One minute.
There, I'll take that. All right, let's take it out here to the grass. Give you some grass off real quick. All right. Full up elevator. Ease into it and then get up. There we go.
Thirty seconds.
All right.
20 seconds. Braking. Cruise mode.
Not the best example of how I can land the Pitts, but Oh yeah, she's got thrust reverse, obviously.
10. Cruise
All right.
mode. Motor off.
Go over our,
Pitts. It likes it.
go over our rates real quick. Flew in my high rates the entire time. Ailerons 100% with 40% expo. Elevator 100% with 40% expo. And rudder 100% but with 50% expo. All right, let me show you go over my AS3X settings. You got to have your motor off. She did pretty good in the weather and the wind, so let me capture my gains real quick. All right, capture the gains at 10, 13, and 18 on roll, pitch, and yaw. If it was even more windy, I might turn them up, but those were fine right there. Priority all, oh, hit the wrong one. Priority all at 112 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with heading, stop lock, all at 50 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Nothing with release rate gains or one-time gains. All right, now we're going to talk about CG and one safety feature with this plane, a necessary must-do, have-to-do mod with this plane. If you buy this plane, you must do this. Otherwise, you'll end up with a very, very bad day. All right. CG on the plane, props off, is towards, I don't know if I've got the numbers written down or not, 155 to 165 from the front edge of this wing, the top wing, which puts it right back here, even with this plastic doubler. So you put your fingers on either side of that, and I'm looking for her to favor nose heavy. Just favor it, not drastically, just favoring nose heavy, and she does. But let's talk about this safety mod I'm talking about. Okay, take your canopy off. This, if you're in autofocus, this tray, this battery tray slides up in there, okay? And you put your 5,000 or 4,000 on it, okay? Well, these little nipples here, these little plastic protrusion, is all that holds this battery tray in. As you can see, mine's already starting to wear off. Well, what's going to happen is you put that battery tray in there, okay, and, well, I didn't put in right. Shoot. You put that battery, little click, over time, those little plastic nipples, they wear off, and you're going to be flying along, and all of a sudden that battery is going to be doing a maneuver, and that battery is going to give, and that whole tray is going to come back here, and that battery is going to be sitting back here in the back of your plane suddenly, and you're going to have a dramatic shift in CG. So, take your piece of wood, plastic, junk plane, whatever, something, and have and glue it, do whatever you can find, about 1.5 inches protrusion down from the bottom of this hatch. Like I've got a piece of old plastic molding from a retract, and I just married that to a piece of wood and hot glued all that on, and as long as it's level, and then when you put your hatch in there, it almost touches the back of that battery. And therefore, if those nipples do give, that battery is only going to fall back maybe 1/4 inch and slam up there. Then you can keep flying. And you can probably feel it, but you'll be able to save your plane. But that's just the easiest way. Make it even, and you're pretty much okay. Now, if you had a bigger battery, it would ride up against it. You won't even know it, and then just keep on flying. But that is a necessary mod. FMS should have done something with that a long time ago. And I've seen too many videos of someone flying this, and all of a sudden, what happened? They have a grossly tail-heavy plane, and grossly of anything on this, a nose-heavy plane flies poorly. A tail-heavy plane flies once. So be aware of that. Now, when I say that saying, I mean heavy, tail-heavy, not favoring tail-heavy, drastically tail-heavy, drastically nose-heavy. Favoring either way usually is okay. Level's great, just depending on the plane. So, well, there you go. That's the Pitts. Battery. Yeah. See? That's why I got to have Camera Precious here as my director, because she will pause right there. Forgot the battery checker. All right. Let's try to check this battery. Should have checked while we had it out. Alright. Like I said, this is a 5000 HCl pack. 5200 HCl pack. Turn it over. Okay. We got 71%. We're going to have to go up again. Well, we got 71%. That's just too much. Let's go up a little bit more. A couple more circuits. And my wife's like, oh, come on. But I can't let that battery stay at that high. It needs to get down below 50 if all possible.
Motor ready. Careful, this Pitts bites.
All right. High rates. Here we go.
Timer expired.
She is good on the battery. Both them batteries, or both them wings, give you all that lift. Oh, that's right, you're still in autofocus. There might be a little interruption in the flight.
I got it now.
Well, let's get some flybys here. Now she's all stock. I didn't put the upgraded prop on there like Model Aviator suggests you doing. I may do that someday. I think we got a storm coming in.
-1 minute.
Yep, I think we got a storm coming in. Precious is like a little bit of warning, please. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think we got a storm coming in. We're going to get out of here. We got 4 planes with us today. At least get one flight in with all 4, and then we'll maybe be safe. Let's check the battery real quick.
Motor off. Pet the Pitts. It likes it.
Pet the Pitts. We went over another 2 minutes for a total time
Timer reset.
of just under 9.5 minutes of flying. So I've total stick time. Very efficient. 5,000. Basically, if you fly the way you want, you can fly for 9.5 minutes, fly the way you want. A little bit of throttle management, you can get 10 minutes out of the 5,000. Well, this is a 5,200. So, yeah, 59, we'll take it. That's 3.8 and 3.9 per cell, so we're good. All right, that's good enough. We'll just have to call that good. Well, there you go, folks. That is the FMS 1400mm Pitts. It's getting windy. Good flying plane. Probably one of the easiest biplanes that you can buy, that you can fly. To me, this is a lot better than the the E-Flight version, the smaller one. To me, bigger flies better, especially with a biplane. So, and it's a lot bigger than you think. I mean, this has a big presence in the air. All right, God bless y'all. God's good, and don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends. Jesus is Lord, and that's the FMS Pitts. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.